Hey everyone, it's Kristyn Burtt, and this is such a big week in dance that I thought we'd have a fun little dance chat to talk about some of the news and hear your thoughts and opinions. Remember, they go in the comments below, of course. So let's talk about it, and let's get started with So You Think You Can Dance. All the news on So You Think You Can Dance. A lot going on. Tomorrow's the big finale. You've got the top four. So you have Jasmine versus Amy, and Aaron versus Fiction. Now, if you've been following my AfterBuzz TV show this season, you might be able to guess who I think should win. It's my opinion on who I think should win, and I'm kind of leaning towards Aaron and Jasmine for top male and top female. Not to say, and please, I know everyone loves Fiction. I love Fiction as well, and I love Amy. This top 10 especially has been tremendous. They are so good. They are so talented. They're all going to work. It's just my opinion on who I want to win. Whatever. But just so you know, I think all top four are amazing. So don't yell at me if I didn't say Fiction is your favorite. But a couple things we want to talk about. Our guest this week, it is Twitch and Allison Hucker. So make sure to tune in. That is going to be Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Pacific time on AfterBuzzTV.com. For those of you on the East Coast, I know it is so late, but we will have that show archived hopefully by the morning, usually by 9 a.m. Pacific time. It is up on YouTube and iTunes. Now, I want to give you a little secret because I didn't let anyone know that I had booked Twitch and Allison except for one person. I did let Jake know. And when I dropped the bomb on a couple shows back that we were having Twitch and Allison, nobody knew except for Jake. But Jake didn't know I was going to drop the bomb that they were coming on the show at that very moment. So he faked his like, oh, pretending he didn't know. So that's a little AfterBuzz insider secret. The other thing I would like to talk about is the fact that we've got some great Emmy nominees coming up. You know, Allison from So You Think You Dance is nominated. Sonia Taya. Sonia Taya has an article in EW. It came out last week. I will link to it below. I want you guys to read it if you're So You Think You Can Dance fans because it talks a lot about Melise and where her head was at and her confidence level. It's something we talked about in AfterBuzz, but Sonia was there and choreographing on her, so she really got the inside scoop. The other thing I want to talk about is Travis Wall, also nominated this year. And he talked a lot about what it was like in season 2 versus now and how it used to just be like side-by-side dances. Now it's all about the actual choreography, and it's become as big a star as the dancers and the contestants themselves, and I think he's totally right. But sometimes I think that the concepts get too big. We talked about this the week that Audrey and Matthew were on, and we talked about it a little bit last week as well. So let me know what you think. Is it too much with all the choreography and these big elaborate stories, like where there's, a hypnotist and then all of a sudden a robber and then they sit there and they lost something and then someone has cancer? I don't like knowing all the stories. I just want to see the dance, and maybe hearing the backstory after is good. That's just my personal opinion, but let me know what you guys think about that. So I'll link that article as well because that one was on Entertainment Tonight Online. And stick around because I got a little bit nugget for you, all you Derek Hough fans. Derek Hough. Dancing with the Stars. Let's talk about it because it's a big week. We've got so much to talk about with that. I just want to let you know AfterBuzz TV is happening Tuesday, September 17th. That is our premiere, 8 p.m. Pacific time. So we're an hour earlier this season. We're trying to get it as early as possible for you guys on the West Coast. I know it's 11 p.m. there, but it's better than midnight. I know. We're trying. And to let you know, the entire team is back. Suri, Jake, myself, as well as Anna Trebunskaya. Of course, with all of us, we are regulars, but it is schedule pending. So if we have a job out of town, we'll be out of town. I try and join the chat rooms, but just know that all four of us will be on the panel every week that we are in town in Los Angeles. So yay! We do wish that Anna was on season 17, but we love having her. I can't say enough nice things about Anna, so we're excited to have her back. Now, let me talk a little bit about the cast and what we've heard so far. So, for the females, these are the names that have come out from TMZ, and let me tell you, and I've said this before, and I tweeted it out, and people keep asking me, TMZ is a reliable source. I understand that they're a gossip site, but they're one of the best fact checkers in the business. I know, it's kind of hard to believe because it's so gossipy, but even People Magazine often cites them. Harvey Levin's a lawyer, he knows what he's doing, they do fact check. Okay, so it's Leah Remini, Valerie Harper, Snooki, Amber Riley, Elizabeth Berkley, and Christina Milian. let me tell you that we know for sure that Val has Elizabeth. That was clearly Elizabeth Berkley's voice in that little Instagram video. We're hearing Amber's paired up with Derek. No real confirmation on that, but maybe. Christina Milian, I've got to tell you, her sister accidentally sent an Instagram note, photo. I don't even know what it was. I did see it. Someone screen captured it, and it's been pulled down since, but she was talking about being her sister's nutritionist and things like that, and cooking for her while she's on Dancing with the Stars. Christina Milian is on the show. Valerie Harper, yes, Tristan. I wrote an article about this, and kind of interesting. It's going to be a good story. Her cancer is almost close to a remission, according to her doctor. Now, understand she's still going to pass away from terminal cancer, but right now her health is as good as it can be. So that's good news. And that's why she was cleared by ABC to do the show. And a couple things I want to mention. We've got a lot of dancers on the show this year, and hopefully this will end the whole Zendaya's a ringer debate that we had, and we wasted so much time on it last season. But we've got Elizabeth Berkley, who is dance trained. Amber Riley has some dance training. Valerie Harper started out as a Broadway dancer. Her very first show in the 50s was Little Abner. So think about that. Christina Milian as a musician, of course, as a singer, has some dance background. On the men's side, Jack Osborne, he's got an MS diagnosis. That's another interesting story. And Corbin Bleu from High School Musical, we know he can dance as well. So there's going to be some serious competition. Guys, Ryan Lochte cannot be on the show. I know that we keep hearing like Karina's with Ryan. Karina's with Corbin, as far as I know. And Ryan Lochte is in training. He's scheduled to train in Australia this fall. He's not scheduled to be in the United States. I've read it. I've heard it. That's all I know. A couple of the other names, Lindsay Lohan, it's not going to happen. And here's the thing on Lindsay Lohan. She's really trying to get back to acting. Dancing with the Stars would get her further away from acting. I doubt we'll ever see her on the show. Gabby Douglas, and I'm going to pull this up. Let me see if I can pull it up and hide the person's name. My source's name, dun, dun, dun. But right here, let's see, where did they say it? Gabby. Well, anyway, she was training at Chris Waller's gym last week. Training gymnastics, not training dance. And the other thing I heard from another reliable source, there's no gymnast this season, no Gabby. No gymnast, no Gabby, and that's an actual quote. So it looks like we do have our 6 girls confirmed. We have 2 guys, but that still leaves 4 open. I know that we've had, and one of the NASCAR drivers, Tony Kanan, has been mentioned. There's been a baseball player in the mix. So the guys remain a mystery. I know John Stamos, everyone wants him, but he's another one focusing on his acting career. He was just finished a huge role on Necessary Roughness this season. I don't think it's going to happen. It's just my guess. I just don't think it's going to happen. So that's that on Dancing with the Stars. The big thing about pairings, and a lot of you ask this, is it fair that certain stars get better celebrities each and every season? Some of these celebrities, like Mark Ballas, Derek Hough, they've been here a while. Tony's been there a long time, and he gets it rough in terms of partners from depending on the season. It's hard when you've got Emmys to back you up, Emmy nominations. It's hard for the producers to ignore that, and it's hard for them to say we're not going to give Derek a good person. And I know it is unfair. And you know what? Things are unfair at your job. Things are unfair at my job. Things are unfair at their job. That's really the way it goes. And people were asking me, well, how do people get paired up? Yes, it's danceability. Sometimes they know that they're going to need someone that has more dance training, probably paired with someone that has a little bit more choreography style to it. Personalities play a huge part in this. You need patience. You need someone that's going to understand that celebrity's personality. I'm not sure many people could have handled Andy Dick's personality the way Sharna handled it last season. Some of them could, but some of them couldn't. And that's what the the producers have to do. They have to match everyone up and personalities and type and dance style and everything else. It's a whole bunch of things. It's not just one thing. So, and yes, some celebrities do request certain pros too, and they probably get it written to their contract. I know Max was always someone at the top of the list. I'm sure Val is at the top of people's list. Mark, Derek, those are the people that want. This is the people that we tune into. And it's not to say that Tony and Tristan and Gleb, they're amazing too, but they don't always get the opportunities that others do. Is it fair? Nope, it's not. life's not fair. It's a TV show. The producers are out to make good TV and get the best ratings that they possibly can. So we can complain all we want, but there's not much we can do. I know. I want to leave you guys with one little Derek Hough tidbit. For those of you that watched his family dance-off special, I talked to someone that worked on the production, and this was kind of interesting. Because he was kept separate from the families didn't know who they were going to work with. They did a big reveal with Derek. Well, several of the families had no idea who Derek was, which I think is shocking, but not to know who he is at all from Dancing with the Stars, but not everyone watches the show, and not everyone's going to sit there and know dance and choreography and everything else. So they would have to retape the family's reactions, because sometimes he would come out and they'd be like, huh? Who is this? So they'd have to send him back out, do the big reveal, and have the families go, we're so excited to work with them. See, kids, that's what I'm talking about. It's about making good TV, and it's not always real what we do see. Twitch and Allison on this week. So You Think You Can Dance on Wednesday. Make sure if you have any questions or comments, some of the questions I pose, put them in the comment section below. And thanks for joining me. Maybe we'll do another one of these real soon. Let me know if you like these. Okay.